Have you ever watched a speedrun and thought, I could do that? Most of you that have probably haven't actually tried to prove it. After all, speedrunning is a game of knowledge.
I don't know what it is.
And skill and a million glitches and tricks that all come together into runs that, admittedly, they're fascinating. They're beautiful. They're culminations of years of planning. But that's so much work. So I did what we pride-driven maniacs always do. Imagine the universe I broke the record without a single moment of planning and not knowing anything, and then I jumped straight in. Big issues are to come, so I set them in this little box I call the Special Box of Problems TM. Look at it, it's so cute. We will open that later. For the first aisle, I would not have any issues. I've done this a million times, and the bosses are very simple. This is a speedrun. This is a speedrun. And in speedruns, we don't go slow. This is one of the first games if you look on my channel, I tried to transcribe one of these songs. I failed miserably. I'm not good at music, or at the very least at transcribing, but I still tried. Inkwell 1 is something I have already made a video about. It is something I'm sure many of you know somewhat well, so I'll be quick. I got man died twice, then beat it by skipping a phase. Okay, death 1. Fuck! There we go. Jesus Christ, that took so long. Bit of an ego check with that one. I died once. Bloop. Bloop. What are these? Are these lightning bugs? I don't know what those are. Oh, they're fireflies. Oh, I just got it. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Vor. Ah. Hey, there we go. I beat it on the first run. Why is he his own gravestone? I don't understand that. Like, you don't put me in the stone, you put me in the ground. Why the fuck is he the rock? Subscribe! Why he the rock dough? It doesn't make sense! I died once. This is where I have issues. Owned. That guy got owned. Ah, fuck me. Fuck me! I am pressing the wrong buttons. Oh, there we go. I died 3 times. Ooh, I still got that. Hell yeah. That was nice. Oh, you fucking kidding me. So often in my life, I would have restarted there. Okay, well, I guess I'm restarting. If I don't do it tonight, I'll never do it again. Hey, let's go. Now, I'm not going to talk about the rain guns. In case you don't know what those are. Running guns are basically the Mario levels. They're long levels with enemies all around trying to kill you. Why are they trying to kill you? Because these guys... Wait. Okay, so apparently nobody has an answer. I'm just gonna say Mugman stole their favorite mugs. All their mugs. All of them. Stolen. Why? To bake mug cakes. Because they're convenient and yummy and cheap and pre-portioned, so you don't even make cake. Point is, I didn't do them because I didn't want them. I don't like them. They're like vegetables of Cuphead that you have to eat to round out your meal. But guess what? I'm an adult. I don't need those sticky vegetables. I wanted my dessert. I wanted cool bosses all in a row that I wanted to fight and fucking play all day. God damn it. I'm 20. I don't care if it's not healthy. I'm going to eat my cake for breakfast. And you cannot stop me. So I did. And at the end of Inkwell 1, I was still admittedly feeling pretty damn good. And I was pretty excited to blast through Inkwell 2 and onwards because I'd never tried this and I wasn't taking too long. I love platformers. Mario, Donkey Kong, Kirby, Spyro, Mega Man, Yoshi, Jumpman, and Celeste. There's something about these games that have made them my favorites of all time. The precise jumping, enemies, required timing,
God damn it.
oh, the colors. It's all captivated me since I was young. Like jingling keys to my brain. And it still does nowadays. This is a genre that almost everyone has played at least once, and it's one that I think most of us have thought of fondly and remember as a core part of our childhoods. Unlike platformers, bullet hells are games I've never played before. This genre is identifiable with the signature of a constant, numerous barrage of projectiles on high difficulty and often involving a spaceship. Games like Touhou and Donpachi have piqued my curiosity, but this isn't games. This is like trying to avoid air resistance by dodging all oxygen. If you like this, seek help. Both these genres are represented in Cuphead mainly in the 2 types of boss gameplay modes, and of the 2, I am much better at the platforming bosses. Baroness von Bon and Beppi the Clown, which took 2 and 1 attempts respectively, are fun, kinda long, and have one incredibly annoying aspect. So are exactly what all bosses should strive to be, and best of all, they're both platforming bosses, so they're thoroughly enjoyable and pretty easy. Yeah, by the way, you don't actually have to stand like over there, you can just stand under him and shoot up. What a silly fucking boss, but I love him. This is so funny. They like, oh, I don't have to do it again. Thank the Lord. From here though, I had to face the first bullet hell-esque boss of the Isle, and the results, I think, speak for themselves. For reference on how much time I took on this boss, this is the time I took for the entirety of Inkwell L1 on a line of time. And here's the time in numbers for those unable to read line. And this is how long I took with the Djimmi. Suffice to say, I did not do well. That is because I don't like him. His patterns are unique, animations stellar, but the patterns are quite difficult for me. The most egregious phases in my opinion are the first and fourth phases. The first phase in this boss fight has 3 options, the first of which here is actually pretty simple. The machetes fly at you in straight lines, and the parable one is pretty helpful since it comes right at you and you can parry it pretty easily. The other 2, which I call the treasure dump and the kitties, are much trickier. The treasure dump is the game shooting a bunch of small, kinda slow wave of projectiles towards you. Moving around the treasure can be difficult for its spread, and they are much like the machete attack in that they fly to where you are. All of this results in a challenge right off the bat, but not a challenge I can't handle. The kitties though. These cats hatch in the middle of nowhere here and create 4 cats. One pair comes out immediately, and the other half comes out near the vessel leaving the area. Except for when they make 3 cats at the edge of the map, 2 spawning at the start and only 1 coming in afterwards. Due to this time lag, the phase effectively covers this much of the map, forcing a person to either stall for some time to make a gap or to venture out through this line and avoid the kitties. During my attempt, I ended up coming up with a strategy to do better as the time went on against this boss. I didn't play it. Oh, I hate this phase so much more than the rest. I hate this fucking stupid phase. Not this shit again. They're so weird. The 4th phase is difficult for a different reason. The hat. It's a very simple entity. It moves in straight lines towards you and then stops and shoots bullets in this fan pattern. The other half is the Cuphead puppet, which must be killed. This one is also simple. It shoots big bullets. Now this hat is my problem mainly because I have been unable to solve how to predict the movement. This is such a weird phase. I don't get what this has to do with genies, but like, go off, I guess. Fuck me. Fucking this phase deserves a fucking particular place in hell. So is this fucking hat, dude. Ugh, because it can hit me. It's so stupid. Not really, but like, I hate it. This hat, honestly, is a very tricky entity, and I have to respect it for that. Congratulations, sir. I don't get you. And so, with those 2 phases, I ended up taking about 15 minutes on this boss. And so when I finally completed it, I was miserable. But I did do it, and that meant I needed to keep going. There we go. Fuck me. After I ignored the closer boss, which is also plain, and instead went straight to my dessert. Grim Matchstick. I love this guy. He's a big, goofy green dinosaur with an awesome sculpted town in the background. He's expressive, he has this cool little flying animation, he is difficult, can generate heads, practice the arcane, and I love him. If they ever auction or sell this tower in the background, I'm going to buy it. The only way that he could be better if he was red, so I made him red. As a fight, he's very fun. Ugh. God, these guys are terrifying. They're terrifying! The patterns are fairly simple, but retain enough difficulty for the most part due to the fact that you have to traverse the stage itself, and that requires constant attention to your own movement, aka platforming. And the patterns and hitbox shifts of this boss reward excellent gameplay, while also allowing for easier strategies to be used. Except for this dumb shit. You kidding me? Grim did take a while, but I can say for certain, I never leave this boss with anything but a smile. I love that. Motherfucker, don't wiggle your tail at me. Put that shit away. That's nasty. Yes, I can do this face. I can do this part. I can do this part. I can do this part. Fuck! That's why I'm bad at it. Jesus Christ. Could they just shoot you right in your face and you shoot it and you die? Yeah! Oh my gosh. Woo! Now, before I go on to the final boss of the Isle, I really want to quickly talk about something that you might have noticed. I haven't talked about any of the mausoleums, and I haven't gone for any charms or other weapons. In fact, the most astute of you might even know that you don't even need to play the running guns to get enough coins to buy a charm or weapon from the shop. Meaning, I could get one while still eating only my dessert and not having a single vegetable to taste. And I haven't explained anything about avoiding the mausoleums, so what's the deal? Am I avoiding the topic, or was this added in after the fact because I realized I forgot to re-add the fact that I was only using the pea shooter that charms or supers out of stubbornness, and that I thought spending time on those things would actually lose me time after editing the script. Actually, it's both. Wally Warbles is the second bullet hell boss of the Isle. He's also the most free moving so far. He's best dealt with in the early phases by being back here and not moving forward at all. This is to avoid the eggshells and to give as much time as possible to avoiding the bullets, and in the next phase when he shoots the feathers. In the third phase, the child of Wally comes across the entire stage with spiky egg shields. This movement across the entire stage is very unique and very fun, and very simple to deal with. Once again, keep some distance, but sticking to the walls isn't exactly a good plan anymore. Knowing when to move in and when to move out is key in this fights phase. In the final phase, things get tricky. One is his location. He's the only bullet hell boss in the game that moves below you for an entire phase and makes the normal gun nearly useless for most players, which is why a new gun is given right before the fight, the bomb. But that only gets to the starting line. The next tricky part is the fact that you're above the projectiles. This makes these falling items much more imperative to keep track of, as they can come back down and hit you as you try to avoid the newer projectiles. There is the fact that when he vomits his heart, that also moves his hurt box. And finally, there are these smaller birds that throw up pills that are a constant the entire phase. Forget where the bullet's locked onto you or focus too much on threading a needle, and one of these pills will come to boom you. You're super fucked. Oh, I was watching the hard. Oh, he turns into a trash can. I never actually saw that. Ah, what's up, bitch? Piece of shit, dude. Ah, he took almost as long as Djimmi to beat. Whoopsies. Which combined is nearly half an hour on 2 bosses. Now, that fact didn't actually hurt as much as I thought it would, since I knew this was the last boss of the Isle, which meant I was one step closer to finishing the run, and that made me happy. I want to quickly, before going on to Isle 3, point out my time at this point. I was over an hour long. For reference, this is how long the world record speedrun is as of January 2025. No crazy glitches either, pure business, every boss beat, it's just skill. So no, I was not going to end up getting the actual world record. I was not even close. But of course I didn't actually think I would. Like I said earlier, speedrunning involves learning a lot and a lot of skills that I don't have yet. But that was never really what this was about anyway. It was never about actually getting the record. It was about beating the game as fast as I could. To that end, I could either give up and try again to do better or keep going. And I am happy to report that resetting and doing better never crossed my mind. Maybe that makes me stupid. Captain Brineybeard is the first boss of Isle 3 that I took on for one simple reason: avoiding the other option. His phases are simple, but it is quite annoying that this is basically the only way to hit him. Personally, I think his hitbox being so high is the only real difficulty in this fight, so he was gone after 6 tries. Not great, but better than some recent ones. Oh, fuck off! Up, 2, 3. I thought it lit off with the laser. That's annoying as fuck. Oh, okay. Damn. On 2 minutes. With him gone, I continued on to Cala Maria, which I dealt with the same way I deal with most fish.
Is that? Hi, buddy. That's the side of the boat.
This boss gives me so much trouble. I hate this horse. I don't know why you're here. I don't know what your joke is, your pun, but I hate you. Fuck! Oh, seahorse. Motherfucker. Oh, you son of a bitch. Come on. Oh, only took me 2 tries. I was expecting this to be way longer, actually. Kind of flying through this. Suffice to say, I was a little pleased with myself after getting those 2 through so quickly. Beating 2 bosses quickly after 15 minutes of failing a boss, it's pretty vindicating, honestly. And so hold on. Do you hear that? Is that? It is! It's the special box of problems TM. That means it's time to open up the big issue. So let me tell you about the issue that is Rumor Honeybottoms. With random platform placements that can make platforming frustrating, phases that I can only describe as body horror, a bodyguard, and her being a master of the arcane, this boss has a lot in common with my favorite fight, and yet at the time this was one of my least favorites. The verticality of it is the main reason. Unlike in all other platforming bosses, this one has the boss shifting themselves where they are all the time. Now if like Grim they stayed in that spot, then there'd be little issue. However, that's not the case. Rumor moves during the second phase often, shifting around the entire stage and setting out a triangle that moves really slowly, and shoots these projectiles or circles or does body horror. The triangles ended up giving me the most trouble in this phase due to their slow movement and being unable to have their body be parried, which you can do with the circles. But this is only the tip. The real problem is in the final phase.
What about now? It's time to rock with the biggity back bumper. What about now? It's time to rock with the biggity back bumper. Bump to the bump to the bump to the bass. Bump to the bump to the bumper. Bump to the bump.
This phase, Ruber uses her skills in the aforementioned arcane to transform into a B-17 bomber, which is not a clever joke I made up. She just actually turns into that. She then goes to the very bottom of the entire stage and stays there. She does not come back up. She is down there forever, which means I have to move up while aiming down, forcing the movement stick down, and then I have to release that and jump every time I need to move from shooting. Holding down and pressing jump also causes the character to drop through a platform, which is what I'm on the whole time. This overlap is a problem. This is because the similarity of these inputs may cause a person who inputs too quickly, for example holding down slightly too long or pressing jump slightly too early, to drop down instead of jump out of the way. This is typically a simple maneuver to avoid. Simply give a buffer between the two to ensure no issues. However, in a fight in which panic from flying fists and buzzsaws try to kill someone, namely me, while trying to beat the game as fast as one can, while in front of an audience that consists of one random person who I really hope thinks I'm cool, and I'm a little embarrassed at the time I'm taken, it becomes difficult to stay disciplined.
Wow, 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 wow.
Oh no. No.
Fuck! What am I supposed to do? Fuck. Bro!
There's no point, I'm not gonna make it. My Snuggie is not good right now. You know what, just kill me. It's over there. I get here every time, and I just choke the bag every time. You know when like you're in the zone, and then you suddenly become conscious of what you're doing, and so you're like no longer in the zone? That's what just happened to me, and it shows. No, no. Oh, no, why are there so many? There's so many. Dude, this is so hard. Why? Oh, oh. You kidding me, dude? Where am I? Where am I? Oh my god. Oh god. No, 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 no. Ah! Yeah! Fuck you! Yes! And it is for that reason that I ended up spending 40 minutes on this boss, making it officially the longest boss fight of the entire attempt. Whoopsies! I hope you still think I'm cool. Holy shit! Oh my god! After that, I went through the final boyhood boss of the game, Dr. Cal's robot.
How are you getting past my bomb?
Which also took me 15 minutes, but after you spend 40 minutes on the earlier one, that feels quick. The only major issue I have is the chaos of the beginning phase of this boss and the length of this final phase.
Oh! I swear I was over that. I swear to God.
This start is probably the most unique phase of the entire game, and It's awesome. The end though is just a slightly different version of Wally Warbles' phase 2 and is way longer. Kind of boring, but decent challenge, I'll be honest. Ah! I hate this guy. I hate the robot, dude. It's so annoying. It's too late tonight for me to fight funny. What? What? That's bullshit. That hurt box was bullshit. Fucking what? What the fuck? It just showed up for right there. Oh, it's so annoying. Just don't get hit. Fuck. My god, how long does this part take? Jesus Christ, there we go. Oh my god. That's so long. Then I beat Sayo's stage play on my second try and Werner on my first. These two quick fights improved my mood considerably as well, in part because I love these two. A German mouse with a robot cat that reminds me of Tom and Jerry, and an actress with a boss fight goes through different play scenes, and these guys have to carry a wave. These fights are cute, okay? They make me feel so much better, and they're platforming bosses. So, what else could I say? They're great. I love them. I love this fight. This fight's great. This fight's probably one of my favorites in terms of like theming. Love the guy in the back too. The groom. He's funny. Oh, I love this song. Oh, I haven't heard this in a while. Charge! Oh, here it comes. I love this fight, dude. It's so good. I love Big Wave. This guy's not getting paid enough. Oh, you can hear him struggling. Oh, poor guy. Nom. Kitty. Hello, kitty man. Yeah. First try, Jake. Oh. Look at their faces, holy shit. And yet, of course, this love could not last as I continued on to the end. Now, I'm incredibly confident in my ability to beat the last two bosses of the base game. Hell, I did a whole video about S-ranking the devil. So when I went to the final world... Wait. Was that? Oh. Oh. It's another special box of issues, Tam? Is this? Oh. Okay. The fight before the ending boss is the one I have done the least in the entire game, and is the boss that I have historically, at least from my recollection, done the worst against. Phantom Express is a boss that is full of strange ghosts and it has a platform below that moves from one side to the other in 3 set places depending on which side a person parries said platform. It also has 3 phases that make it increasingly difficult to use the basic gun. First phase is a ghost throwing its eyes, all of which have hitboxes. This makes it kind of difficult to hit the actual boss and progress the fight since all the projectiles are moving at various speeds at various times. They're all lobbing up and down and you end up hitting those when you hit the actual guy. But it's not that hard. You just have to wait it out. Are you fucking kidding me? Afterwards, the next phase consists of a skull and 2 skeleton hands that slam down. These need to be avoided by moving the platform or by being fancy. Didn't know you could do that, did ya? This phase is much easier than the earlier one since the skeleton has low to protect itself. Next is a similar simple fight, these wooden lollipops. These 2 things stay in place long enough to get considerable damage quickly and are easy to avoid. The only problem is when they actually start to attack and one moves from one side of the stage all the way across and all the way to the other. It's not that hard, but it is a lot of time. But all that's fine. The real issue is the final phase of the boss, in which the locomotive itself comes to life and starts running around. This is multi-step, requiring both the pairing of the tail and shooting of the heart whilst avoiding these bones on fire. I jumped! No! That's so stupid! I totally jumped. This locomotive does not stay in place, making shooting it with a precise beam pretty difficult. In fact, very difficult. One might even call it the reason it took 39 minutes to beat. Fuck! Oh my god, it shot right into me, dude. That's so annoying. Oh, are you kidding me? There we go. Jesus Christ. Whoa, I still got hit. Bro. What the fuck? Ow. What the fuck else hit me? Oh, one of those. I jumped. No, that's so stupid. Boop. I've literally had to switch fingers for holding the right trigger. I've been holding this shit down for so long. Oh, of course. I have to get hit by at least one of those every fucking run. All two. Yay, I'm so glad. I don't know why I did that. I just made it worse for myself. But that felt good. Oh, look at the little guys in the drain. No. Whoa! Motherfucker. I didn't lose. Boop. Fuck you. Fuck you. All that matters is that I did it and was way happier now that it was over. Hello, Davis. Oh, let's go! Oh my god. Welcome. I'm gonna spoil this a bit for you. Not my first time playing. And I'm blasting through this game with just the basic gun. I've done this all today. The reason I had such confidence in my ability for the last two bosses is the simplest. They're the bosses I've played the most. They're the first two I S-ranked, and every now and then when I boot up the game, more often than not, I'll start up with beating King Dias or the Devil. There's something so beautiful about these two over all the other bosses. The typical frustration I had and all the just anger in my soul over these bosses just fades away. I don't know why, but I just don't have it here. King Dias especially is one of my favorites. The number of the mini bosses, his animation, the uniqueness of this fight with the dice and the gambling and the hearts, and the gambling theme being consistent throughout the entire fight and the variations of it and the background art. If Grim wasn't such an unabashed joy of a dragon, this would be my favorite boss. So is it any surprise that King Dias only took one attempt? Oh, this will be probably pretty easy. Whew. To get a 200% on this game too. But the Devil is pretty tricky with the pea shooter. Not because it's actually hard to hit him, but because of the early movement needed to avoid the attacks. There are 6 total possible patterns, of which about half require significant movement to dodge in the first phase, which means losing out on a lot of damage and dragging it out. The second and third phases really aren't that bad. I would just get nervous, and especially the final phase I would get really nervous since that's the end of the run. So, as I always did and as I always have been doing, I raced forward over and over since giving it now would be patently insane. Oh god, I hate this one. I hate this one, I hate this one, I hate this one, I hate this one. I hate this one. Oh, that's so mean. I walked off. Oh, I should have known. Ah. No! What the fuck? His arm hit me? That's such bullshit. What the fuck? He was dead. Literally dead. Literally on the floor, dying. Oh, I missed! I was too high. You kidding me? Oh, I just realized he lifts like his toesies, and I don't like that. Look at that. Oh, that's weird. Why'd he do that? All responses I would understand. Ooh. Lost track of the purple thing. Oh, there it is. Found it. It took over 15 minutes, but none of that really matters when the light's so close to the end of the tunnel. And when you're right there, you're about to beat it, and it's at the lowest health he is, and you're nervous, you can't hear anything, and it all just fades away. Oh yes! Let's go! One day! Woo! Ah! Oh my god! Yeah! I'm officially being Cuphead in like the span of 6 hours. Less! Like 4! It took 3 hours, 39 minutes, and 49 seconds to beat Cuphead without any charms with the pea shooter. 3 hours of absolutely refusing to do anything besides what I set out to do at the beginning, even if that meant I sat at a boss that I knew how to beat and was very frustrated for almost an hour, multiple times. Because if there's a single thing that I'm good at, is being as stubborn as a mule while doing something stupid that nobody saw. Except me. And now, except you.